Hey guys, it's Beth and I am back to show you some really great new items from the 2012 summer collection from Basically Bare. These are the Fanciful Frames Part 2. There is a pack of 6 frames, 3 of each shape in acrylic and in chipboard. And I've finished them off in a few different ways to kind of give you guys some ideas of how these things are so versatile. You can use them in just about any different way. Now to start with, I've got this little guy. He's a chipboard frame. Just you can see it's just the bare chipboard when it starts out. I painted it, and I don't know if you can see, I hope you can. I just stamped really lightly with some nice metallic gold ink, some music on there. This will, as you could probably imagine, on a card or a layout, it would just frame a picture or maybe the sentiment on a card just really nicely. This is another of the chipboard frames. I also painted him. Now once it was painted, I went over it and I actually embossed this one with some of the great Wow embossing powders. It's just embossed in gray with a nice little damask pattern. The embossing kind of makes it stand out, so it really makes it sort of a different kind of an embellishment than you would just pick up in one of just the shaped chipboard sticker kind of packs. Now this is the same shape with the same stamp, but it's acrylic. I just used this one with some stays on that stamp. And you can see, I'll put it against the paper down here, you can see how it would just really nicely sit in a layout, especially a layout, but it can also go on an altered art piece, of course. But if this were over a picture, you can see how it would frame it and give some really great dimension and texture to a page without being really obtrusive and blocking out any parts of your pictures. Now this is another acrylic frame. And I did this with a specific project in mind. You'll probably see it on the blog soon. This is also an acrylic frame. And this time I took it and ran it through the Cuttlebug with the Swiss Dots folder. And I just inked it all to bits with the various colors of stays on from my little bin of ink. And you can see it kind of gives it a nice, really interesting color and texture to it that's going to fit really great, I hope, with some great pictures that I have set aside for my next project. Now this last one, I'm really happy with the way this one turned out, I gotta admit. I also embossed this one. It is a chipboard one. Now I used the wood grain finish folder that I have with the Cuttlebug, but on this one, so that it looked like an actual frame, I actually cut the corners. It's just taped together now so that I can adhere it to the page when I'm ready to use it. But you can see I cut the corners at an angle, kind of like a real frame would be, so that when I embossed it, I could run it through each piece lengthways so that the wood grain is going like a real frame would. And it gives it a really great effect. And then, of course, I hit it really hard with some Tattered Angels goodies. And once it goes back together, you can see it, a kind of little bonus from cutting it this way. It sort of stands up, so it actually looks kind of like a beveled frame. And when you can imagine, when you put that on a layout around a really great little picture, it just makes a super great centerpiece to a layout. I'm really excited to get to use this one. So you guys got to be sure the next time you run into anywhere where they sell your Basically Bare stuff, get a hold of this pack. You're going to have a great time with it. Thanks so much for checking us out. We'll see you later.